Okay, good afternoon, all of you. And in the last lecture, we have to discuss about uh, project life cycle and what is the project. And the one of the topic is project appraisal and market appraisal is basically into the project life cycle. In the first phase, it is the conceptualization phases. In conceptualization phases, we have to conceptualize about your project. Okay, what kind of appraisal are there, what kind of market appraisal are there, how the project is running out, what are the requirements are there, and how to implement the project. Okay, let's discuss about these two topics. Project. So first we have to identify the project feasibility report. Project feasibility report, the project is feasible or not, according to the it is technical feasible or financial feasible or not. So prior to the project commencement, conducting a feasibility study is paramount. During the analysis is detailed study conducted evaluating the project feasibility from all angles such as technical, economical, political, ecological, environment. So that after that we have to make a report of DPR. DPR is the detailed project report to assess various strength and weakness, risk, expect and their mitigation. This help the investor make suitable decision. Project feasibility report is a document of output of all these studies summarized to establish whether the project is technically feasible and economical viable. A feasibility study conducted by an investment company focus on the product demand, market situation, financial organization and structure of the company, return on the investment projection. The report also highlight the risk involved and offer a fair comparison between suitable investment proposal. So a well-defined project feasibility report. How can we say that is your project feasibility is well-defined? It is basically quick in the process of obtaining consensus from all the stakeholders involved, speed up negotiation with the parties, help government bodies fast track issuance of the license. So subsidies and incentives. So this report is basically belongs to so many things. So this study offer opportunity to take corrective measure prior to the financial resources, time commitment made. Project feasibility report is not as same as DPR, but it is definitely is unavoidable component of it. So what is project appraisal? Project appraisal is a process of critical examination and analysis of proposal in totality. Basically, it is the phases of the analysis phases of your SDLC life cycle. So we have to analysis about the process. We have to analysis about to the project. So appraisal goes beyond the analysis presented as the feasibility report. At this stage, it's require compilation of additional information and the further analysis of project dimension are undertaken. So at the end of the process, an appraisal note is prepared for facilitating decision on the project implementation. So what kind of project appraisal are there? So types of project appraisal enable to take a decision on investment with long-term effect. During the appraisal stage, measurement of cost and benefit are difficult as these are the spread over a long term with high degree of uncertainty. Like this, this diagram represented the project appraisal, like technical appraisal, social appraisal, legal appraisal, commercial appraisal, institutional appraisal, financial appraisal, or economic appraisal. So we have to find out, we have to critically examine all these appraisal and then it combination that is called the project appraisal. So let's discuss about one by one. Technical appraisal means it determines the technical parameter are soundly conceived, realistic and technically feasible. Technically feasibility analysis is the systematic gathering and analysis of the data pertaining to the technical input required information of the conclusion therefore. So the availability of the raw material, equipment, severe services, transformation, manpower, machinery. So these are the called the technical appraisal. These are the some checklist which is using for the technical appraisal: physical scale, technology, labor, cost, arrangement, operation maintenance, raw material. So these are the technical appraisal. Financial means we have to find out the financial cost and returns are properly estimated. Okay, your project is financially fit or not. So we have to using these parameters: cost, O&M expenditure, opportunity cost, other cost, return, NPV, net profit value, CBR, IRR. So these are the some parameters we are using of financial appraisal. Institutional appraisal, like the different agencies are there involved. For the implementing agency has defined report is capable, implementation, monitoring and evaluation, managerial competence, integrity, knowledge. Project of the promoter should have the knowledge. The past record of the promoter is to appraise to clarify their ability in handling the project checklist. So whether the entity is properly organized to the job, strength of use capability and take initiative, opens to new ideas and willingness, long-term approach to extend over the several project. Commercial appraisal, like we have this is using for the commercial purpose. The demand and scope of the project among the beneficiary, customer friendly, process and preference, future demand, supply, effectiveness of the selling arrangement, latest information availability of one area. The appraisal involves the assessment of the current demand, market scenario which is in the project, estimation, distribution, advertisement scenario also to have considered into. Environmental appraisal to see and determine environmental impact, how to minimize the impact, and how environmental impact concern with the impact of environment on the project. Economic, so how for the project contribute to the development of the sector, industrial development, social development, maximize to the growth of the employment, and different factor are using for the economic feasibility. Legal appraisal to determine whether the project satisfy the legal issues related to the land acquisition, title deed, environmental clearance. Market appraisal focusing on demand, projection, adequacy of marketing infrastructure and competency of the key marketing. Managerial appraisal focuses on the promoters, organization structure, managerial personnel and HR management. Demand analysis, next one is the market appraisal. In the market appraisal, basically we have to find out the market view, what kind of demanded and what kind of supplies are there. So demand analysis, market potential of a product or service is the estimated maximum total sales revenue of all supplies of a product or services in a market during the certain period. Estimation of demand alone is not sufficient, and other marketing aspects such as proper pricing, distribution, advertising issues are also essential to assess the market. Since the inspection of project planning, estimation demand supply gap has been technique, estimating market potential, positive demand supply gap favors the market potential and vice versa. What are the demand forecasting techniques? So demand forecasting techniques means what kind of demands are forecasted, what kind of demands are there. So demand forecasting is a crucial aspect in gap analysis. There are various quantitative and qualitative methods used for forecasting in different situations like this. So demand forecasting is basically three types: qualitative, statistical and others. Qualitative, we are using the jury opinion or the Delphi. Statistical, weighted moving average, regression and exponential smoothing. Others, lead lag survey or chain ratio. So that is basically the demand forecasting technique we are using for the market appraisal. Jury means it is a combination of the several executive sit together according to the forecast and discuss about that. So it is simple and commonly used for less time. Delphi is drawing upon the group expertise by getting individual submission without the drawback to face-to-face meeting, and we have to find out the it sometimes may require more than 2 rounds of questionnaires. After each round, moderator provides summary of expert forecast from the previous round as well as the reason they find that judgment. So finally, the expert convey in their opinion without any direct interaction. Moving average, like the average value past 3 years. So simple moving average method use simple mean of last few items interval to forecast future demand. Number of time interval generally varies from 3 to 5. Weighted moving average, like we have to change the weighted average, any average that is multiplying factor, just like multiply from 2, multiply 3, multiply 4. Okay, not a simple average like the weighted average. Exponential smoothing, using two particular type of moving average technique applied to time series data, either to produce smooth data for presentation, make forecast. The time series data themselves are to sequence of observation using the formula ft plus 1 equals to ft plus alpha e. Ft plus 1 is the next year forecast, ft is the current year forecast, alpha is smoothing factor, and ft is some simple weighted average, and the latest observation dt, and the previous smooth statistics is ft minus 1. So alpha value is 0 to 1 or e value is dt minus ft. Okay, dt is the previous or ft is the current. Regression method, a equals to we have to using from the previous one to the next one. There is like the regression point of view like this. that is the regression. So a plus bt, d is equals to a plus bt. A equals to a or b are the constant and t is the error. So we are using the regression method. So yes, we have to discuss about these techniques. Okay, so these technique is basically used for the demand forecasting purpose. Qualitative, we have discussed about jury opinion, mix of them, Delphi, the combination of all them. For the subject expert, statistics we are using for the weighted moving average, like we have to find out the average of all these things. Moving average, we have to moving average like all the averages are there, like 3 to 5 years. Regression, like to from last to one, that is called the regression from year and time and cost. Exponential, like using for the exponential point of view. So these are the some survey is basically using for the survey purpose. We have to given the questionnaires, and then questionnaire is given to the market, and they find out the value, just like the feedback option. Chain ratio is also 1 to 1, that is called also using for the and next one is the lead lag analysis, that is using the analysis about to the previous one. So today's we already discussed about how the project appraisal are there, how the market appraisal are there. So how the project appraisal are find out, and how to market appraisal are found out. Okay, thank you very much.